10:11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, December 28, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So before we start today's update, before I even do my intro, I want to read through this. Big news for Ripple. U.S. Department of Justice calls cryptos commodities. And this is because all I see is a bunch of bullshit again on YouTube, social media, filled with it. So let's talk about the stark difference here. As the legal battle between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, draws to a close and all eyes are on the Judge Annalisa Torres, the U.S. Department of Justice may have provided another argument for Brad Garlinghouse and his company. In recent court filings by the U.S. Department of Justice against Abraham Eisenberg, the Department of Justice refers to two cryptocurrencies as commodities. Eisenberg, who exploited the decentralized finance platform Mango markets and made $67 million, was arrested yesterday in Puerto Rico and charged with market manipulation. For XRP investors and Ripple Labs, the indictment is interesting in that the U.S. Department of Justice calls the two cryptocurrencies, CRV and Mango, MNGO, commodities rather than securities. At no point do the Department of Justice lawyers refer to the cryptocurrencies as securities, nor do they refer to violations of securities laws. For the Department of Justice, it thus appears that there is no dispute that neither token should be classified as securities. This stands in stark contrast to SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, who is not only leading the case against Ripple, but who has also opined on several occasions that pretty much every crypto token is a security. So, in the indictment, the Justice Department writes unequivocally of CRV and MNGO tokens as commodities. It states, Abraham Eisenberg, the defendant willfully and knowingly, directly and indirectly used in connection with swap, a contract of sale and commodity, in interstate and foreclosure commerce, and for future delivery on and subject to the rules of a registered entity, a manipulative and deceptive device and contravention of Title 17 Code of Federal Regulations, Section 180.1. Sorry, my voice is all crackly this morning. It's very hard to talk for some reason, but for Ripple, the Department of Justice may have provided another argument that the legal situation for cryptocurrency is not as clear as the SEC always claims. Since both CRV and MNGO are designated as commodities, it is at least reasonable to assume that XRP is a commodity and not a security. Remarkably, these documents were filed by the U.S. Department of Justice in the Southern District of New York, the same court where the case between Ripple and SEC is taking place. And then this is what I want everybody to pay attention to. Is this all a strategy? Because if they're trying to do this and have as much wiggle room as possible, they're going to define it as a commodity and not a security for when they file these suits. And I believe that's exactly what's going on. Gabriel Shapiro, general counsel at Delphi Labs, commented that the fact that the case does not classify the relevant tokens as securities is in no way positive. According to Shapiro, the classification is simply a result of litigation strategy. The fewer predicate issues the government has to litigate in its case, the better. So what they're basically saying at the end is the only reason it's being ruled as a commodity, so there's less, let's just say less black tape to go through. So this is a strategy in filing. So this is a fraud case, somebody who stole funds. It's a lot different than XRP Ripple, but the Ripple community is running with this as if a settlement is happening today. Don't get caught up in that bullshit. As you see, during all that talk, what did XRP do? It goes from 37.1 to under 36 cents. Why? It's the easiest token known to man to manipulate because there's so many simpletons that just don't know what the fuck is actually going on because they don't listen to the right people. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at the charts this morning. We've got the Dow up about 38 points. We got the DXY bouncing up and down, up and down. It was all the way down, but made a W reversal, as you can see. So is this a bull flag starting? Or is this the breakdown of what had started a bull flag? Now we broke down But the DXY came down to about 103.74. It's about as low as I could see us coming. Where were we at? 103.90, and then this morning we hit 103.843. But we've so far reversed back down, or back up to about 104.068. So in the immediate short term, did we start some kind of flag here? It doesn't look like it, but what it does look like is we could have started a W reversal that could in fact pull us up to 104.76 if we don't lose this support. So that could be what's going on this morning. The total crypto market cap is down just about 0.38%. Still in that sideways consolidation. We dropped down, now we bounce back up. So now we're going to look for a rejection at first at 767.91 billion and see if we can go anywhere from there. But this has been an extreme sideways consolidation that is starting to tilt towards the downside. As you can see with XRP, we're at 3614. We have pulled up just a little bit. As you can see, we very possibly could have started a head and shoulders pattern here. Rejected at 371 as anticipated. We talked about if it did, for whatever reason, break above there, how we had our next resistance level already lined up around 381, and then so on. But right now, it looks like we've reversed down. We've had a bearish cross. We're still holding the 200, so this pattern hasn't technically given way yet. You want to see a rejection on the 200 day, which would be just below us, and a rejection below the 355 level is what we'd be looking for. We did come below it, but managed to pop right back up on the 355 support. So that's what we're looking for this morning, is either a break back above 371 or a break below 355. That's what I'm looking for, because we need some kind of confluency one way or the other. And then ultimately, can we break down past the 352 and get out of this area? The 355 is very important, but underneath here, we need to get past the 351. So we really need to pay attention to that very, very closely, as this pattern is starting to, come to a very key level right here. If this is a head and shoulders pattern, our next level is going to be around the 348. Once we bust through the 355, if we're able to hold support, the 355 will hold, and likely we'll push up to the 378. But we'd have to break above the 371 resistance. So that's what we're looking at right now. Nothing more, nothing less. Make sure to hit that like button and turn that bell notification to all. I've got some stuff to take care of this morning. Son's got his first physical therapy. I've got some stuff. And hopefully, if things work out, I'll be back later on today. Hashtag the FUD stops here. And if you want to join Tom's Army, send a donation or join the exclusive Telegram by joining Tom's Army. Look in the video description below. Also, join me on BitGet or MEXC for no spot fees. And on MEXC, you can now trade XRP 75 to 200x. It was added today up to those higher limits. So hopefully that helps. Hashtag the FUD stops here.